So what's up, guys? Here we are again, the new week. We thank God for giving us grace to see this new week. So, guys, in today's video, we're going to be looking at AUD USD market outlook because this is a new week, so we are expecting massive movement from major currency pairs which we trade. So today in this video, I will be doing a brief analysis on three pairs, which is the AUD USD, the AUD CHF, and the AUD CAD. Normally to me, AUD USD is a major currency pair. So I will be using the forecast I have on AUD USD to brush up what I'll be expecting on AUD CAD and AUD CHF. So firstly, we'll be looking at AUD USD, and here we are on the daily time frame. We can see what we have on the daily time frame. The market price has been trending to the downside for since the beginning of this year, to be precise. Price has been dropping even since last year. We have this dropping kind of trend, so that has given us the direction which we need. And as I always preach it on my videos, that whatever you are doing your analysis, you first start with the direction, because it's the direction that will lead you, will guide you in your proper analysis. If you don't know the direction, you can't just go and just place a trade for a buy or a trade for a sell. So now that we have our direction, we'll move down to the so before we move down to the 4 hours time frame, let's check let me just highlight these lows where price made new lows in direction of this downtrend which we have on the daily time frame. So I would like to zoom this out a bit to see the trend we have. So we can see the market is still dropping. So let me use my trend line to illustrate that. So before I start this, I'll give you guys 5 seconds to do one thing for me. You need to smash that subscribe button, like this video and share it to your friends, to your struggling forex traders who are struggling out there too, who need video like this, who need guidance from we professionals like this to help them out. So I give you like guys 5 seconds. One, two, three, 4, 5. So I hope you have done that. So let's kick into the video. So first thing on the daily time frame, I would like to just check out the direction. Now you see that we have the direction already, but I want to just illustrate for those who are not yet sound yet. So you know how to use your trend line too. Even though you're not using trading view, you have a meta 5 trader, a meta 4 trader, you know how to access all these tools on your meta 5 trader or meta 4 trader. But I will advise you to also use TradingView because it's very, very good, and the tools and everything is a bit more clearer than that on the MT5 or MT4 app. So firstly, you have your trend line tool. You see the market has been trending downwards. You see, this is the current price. This is the current place whereby price rejected of the trend line. So we had a fake out here. We had a very big fake out. Yeah, market we tested this area, then dropped down again. It moved back, raging back, came back to the trend line, give us a false breakout at this point before dropping massively down to the downside. Before price now came back again, put back into the trend line, and then you know what happened next? Price just dropped. So I'll be doing a video on my favorite trend line strategy. So just keep your subscribe and click on your notification button, so whenever I make new videos, you'll be the first person to be notified whenever I make new videos on those stuff. So I'll be doing a video on trend line strategy, on ranges, on other blocks, on supply and demand zones. So that will be what we'll be focusing more on this channel. We'll be focusing more on educating you, inspiring you, giving you valuable thoughts on what will happen, giving you future forecast on what will likely be seen on the market, on the first market, on weekly basis and daily basis. So without any further ado, let's move in. Let's continue from where we stopped. So like I was saying, we have this downtrend, a very, very massive down move. And what we saw again, we saw that price came back, retested, moved back into that trend line, kissed it before dropping again. And you see that when price kissed it, you see what it formed. It formed like an M pattern. If I zoom this out, you could see that M pattern that formed. You see this M pattern that formed at this point here before price dumped back to the downside, which we are still currently dumping, which price has not completely done dumped. So as you can see again, when you zoom it out, I want you to also highlight one thing. As you see that when market was dumping, when price come to retest our trend line, it makes what? New lows. It makes new lows. We can see that from this first touch, second touch, and this third touch, we have new lows that price has made. And to us right now, to any professional trader out there like me too, you can see that this is a low that price made. This is the current low price made. And for now, we can see that price has not yet broken or made a new low yet. Price has not made a new low yet. So what we'll be expecting based on what has happened before, based on what has happened before. So as I was saying, we can see that this is the latest low we could see that price formed in this trend movement. We could see that this is latest low price form, and currently price has not yet broken the low. So we are still in a downtrend form. So all we have to do, all we are expecting price to do is that price should drop back into this point, because based on what price has been doing before, based on what price has been doing before, we expect that price should drop back into this point, even breaking lower. Price should break lower. Based on what we are seeing here, we are expecting that price should even come down lower, break it. So that we are expecting. But since we have not seen that yet, we will analyze based on what we see. Okay, so what we are also expecting that this trend should still come lower based on what has happened previously. You could see that anytime price touches that trend line, it creates what? New lows. It creates new lows, and this is how price has been moving since last year, since last 2 years possibly. So now that we could see our trend line is showing us that we have the direction already, and we have the latest low we had. So one thing you will do, you zoom in again. You have to do this, zoom in again. You zoom in very very clearly. We could see that we have what they call an inner trend line. Inside this trend line that was created, we have what we call an inner trend line, and we see that price already moved into that direction twice. I can see that price came here twice. Looking at what we have here, price moved into this place. First touch, a massive drop. Price came back into that minor trend line. We have two trend lines now. If you are following me, you will notice that we have two trend lines. First one, we have the major trend line. The second one, we have the minor trend line, which I just drew inside this bar. So inside the minor trend line, we could see that price touch this trend line the first time, pull back, a massive drop. Price came back, kissed the minor trend line again, which caused the current drop which we are currently witnessing now on the daily time frame, which you could see on your screen. So we have all the backing we need. This AUD USD Australian US dollar has been dropping. So whatever opportunity we'll be looking forward to this week is just to sell this pair, okay? You need to be very, very careful, because market can also go into manipulations. We have what they call manipulation in market, but we are not also after that. So looking at this again, one thing I wanted to notice again before we move down to the 4 hour time frame, you could see that this drop we have under the minor trend line also made what I call the lower low. You could see, if you zoom it very well, you will see that inside this minor trend line we have the new lower low. You see, price made a lower low here, price made another low, price made another low at this point, price came here again, made another low at this point, which we are currently witnessing at the current moment. So without wasting much of your time, we'll move down to the 4 hours time frame to check what we have there. Let's see what we have on the 4 hours time frame. Now we could see that the 4 hours time frame too is also in a very, very strong down move. We have a very, very strong down move. So what I'm doing is like a top down analysis because this is what has been making us money for the past 23 years plus. Yeah, since we started this forex trading in our group, in our private official groups which we have, and in our Twitter. Those that are following us from Twitter, those that came to this our channel from our Twitter, we are appreciating you for joining us. We hope you find this group, this channel very, very benefiting for you. Okay. So back to what we are saying. Looking at the 4 hours time frame, we could see that we are also in a downtrend, but we're not going to draw that trend line yet again. Just to have so as to not have too much of trend line. You can see that we are in a downtrend, okay, down move. So what's in, like I said in my other videos, that's what I'm going to use. There's a pattern I used to recommend in every of my video. Any video you see me make, every analysis we do that hit our take profit, it is this pattern we look out for. This pattern is a repeatable pattern. It happen on every time frame. It depend on the way you use it, if you know, you train your eyes. As I said in my other videos, you need to train your eyes to see it. You need to train your eyes to know it. And you need to train your eyes for you not to see the wrong one because we have premature patterns and mature patterns. And I will do another video in I have many, many plans to do all these videos to lecture you to know just to serve you the best. Okay. So I will be drawing that pattern right now on the screen. And after that, we'll dive into the candlestick chart to see what we have. So I call that pattern, I name it what the range, initiation, mitigation, and the continuation. Whereby you have a range followed by an initiation to the downside or the upside based on the trend we have, then price mitigating back, then the continuation will follow. So let me show you that quickly on this with this tool. Sorry, 1 minute. Let me get this. Let me get this too. So this is the pattern we are looking out for. A range, a range followed by an initiation. Based on the fact that we are in a downtrend, that's why I'm drawing this pattern in the form of a downtrend like movement. So we have our range, which I already drawed out here, followed by a strong initiation to the downside, a very, very strong initiation to the downside. Then whereby after that initiation, we have what I call a mitigation. Okay, a mitigation back into that range that was created, or you can call it a pullback into the range that was created. When price pullbacks into this range, you will now look for opportunity to continue. That's why we have a continuation. So like a range, initiation, mitigation, and a continuation. If you have to jot it down, please do so so you can remember, or if you need to draw this pattern somewhere in your notebook or your jotter or your journal, so you can able to remember and able to use it. So this is the pattern we are looking out for, and this is the pattern we're going to be using in taking our entries and taking our exits. So without any further wasting of time, so since we already have this pattern in mind, so let's go down and check the chart what we have. So like this, actually, as we are looking at the 4 hours chart, we could see that price had a very massive down move, followed by price consolidating, which is the range I could see here. You could see that range, followed by a massive strong down move. Okay, so let me first of all mark out the range. So right here we have the range. We have the range, guys. This is the range we have. So looking at this range, we can see that price consolidated or stayed sideways inside this period of the range which we had. And after that range, we have what they call a very massive, we have a massive strong down move, a strong down move. Okay. So I think price is already mitigating and coming back up to towards that range. So one thing I will give you as a secret, I will just give you a tip of the iceberg. Looking whenever you have a range, when you have a range formation, what you also have to be looking at is you need to watch out for something like this. Whenever you have a range, okay, I hope you guys are following. Whenever you have a range, you also notice that before price breaks below that range, you will see a little range forming inside that range, something like this. You see a little range forming inside that range. You can see, don't mind the way I'm drawing it, but please try to follow and get what I'm trying to say. You will see a little range forming inside that range. After that little range has formed finished, you will now see the what, a massive down move. So this does not happen on every time frame. It does not happen on every time, but you have to notice it because I can see it clearly on this, on the AUD USD chart right now after I drawed out that range. So when you see this move, based on experience which we have, I've traded this type of pattern many times and it works very perfectly. You see what price does, the mitigation as I said before. Price comes in contact with that little range. So we won't be calling it little range. We'll be calling it our what? Our supply supply level. Okay? We'll be calling it our supply level. Whereby you see price comes back into that little range inside the major range. So whereby, let me come again. We have a range followed by a little range before the breakout, whereby price come back into that little range inside the major range. So you need to be careful whereby price does this. So all we are after is we are after the continuation pattern. You can also take the multiplication pattern. And if you want more deep, one in depth into this lecture or this educational what I'm doing, you need to really stick up and concentrate because the part that leaded into success, people don't really want to really focus on it. They want something that will just drop fast to make money. They don't want to study, they don't want to learn, they don't want to observe. Because forex market is not a get rich quick scheme. It's what you have to take your time, determine yourself that you want to make it out. Learn, relearn, unlearn. You have to do what? You have to learn, relearn, unlearn. Because there's something that you think that you know that has been updated because forex market is changing every day. Okay, so let's get back into what we are saying. So looking at the pattern I draw here, this range, okay, inside that major range, you see that price came back into that range, okay, inside that major range. Remember, we already have our major range set up here. This is our major range, okay. Price came back to a supply level inside that major range. So this is whenever you see this pattern, note whenever you see this pattern, this is a no-brainer trade you should take because whenever price enters that supply level inside that range, it's going to drop. Or if you see it in an uptrend kind of style, it is going to go up. No, no brainer trade. Just look for your appropriate place to put your stop loss and your take profits and all those stuffs. So let's dive into the chart and let's see how price gives us. So looking here, we can see, and I can see, we have the little range, okay? Like I said in the illustration I was making above, price has this supply, you see, a supply level inside that range before price broke out. So you can see, this is what we have here. So automatically what we are looking for, you see, when price came in contact with it, we see that price dropped. The first breakout we had and the retest or the mitigation we had, price just drop. So if we are assuming we were here, which we were before, we took this trade some months ago, some time ago, if not months now. Okay, we took this type of trade. Sorry, let me get these two sets just for you to understand how this works. So once price come back, as I said, during the mitigation stage, when price come back, you put your stop loss above that supply level which we have, or supply zone, whatever you want to call it. Okay, then you target whatever level you want to target. You can take 1 to 3, 1 to 5, depending on whatever the market gives you. That's what you take. Okay, and you see many price does that. Price just come down lower. Okay, you can see the massive drop that followed after that setup was available. Okay, now looking at here again, we can see that price did something very, 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 very kind of fishy. If you're in my group, my Discord, my WhatsApp, and my Telegram group, you will have understand what price it does, the pattern price is giving us here. Like an M pattern, you see, price is forming an M pattern. And if you know what you are not new into the forex game, you should know what this pattern is telling you, what this pattern really means. So what I'm even forecasting for this week, not to be sincere, is that this pair is going to drop again. Okay, we are already done with the mitigation stage. Okay, I think it's time for AUD to drop. Okay, it is time for AUD USD to drop. Okay, we are going to drop. So what you just be looking for now is the opportunity to sell this guy. See that price we tested this supply level twice. Price has come into the supply level twice. So what we're expecting is that we're expecting a drop. Sorry, 1 minute, let me get this out. So like I said earlier, we are going to be selling this pair because right now we can see that price formed an M pattern inside what, after touching this our supply level twice. Price formed an M pattern, a very strong massive candle, red candle was that dropped after that M pattern was formed. So now guys, let's move to the 3 hours time frame. I'm trying to make this video as short as possible so that it does not get boring for any of us. So like let's move down to the 1 hour time frame. This is the time frame we use in taking entries. This is the time frame we use in taking entries. We do our analysis on the 4 hour, on the daily, on the 4 hours, and sometimes on the 3 hours. We come to execute on the 1 hour. So you can just have that in mind. So looking at this move, let me wrap it up at this point. I can see that price, there's another block which price, when price came to this level, made price to what, pull back. So you can see whenever price enters that level, price did a massive pullback. And I can also see another block here. I'm trying to rush this up. So this analysis we are doing for this week. So whatever we are doing here, be rest assured that it is going to happen because our analysis are always 90% accurate at all times. So I can see another block here which price is likely rejecting from. So not, because I said that we are going to sell this pair does not mean that we should just go into our MT5 and place a sell with that we have big account sizes. No, follow instruction. If you are going to sell, you will go to your lower time frame like the 1 hour which we are on. Look for the same pattern, the range, initiation, mitigation and continuation. I have already drawn that pattern for you. You should have drawn it and have it somewhere which you can look at it again. So looking at what we have here on the 1 hour, you can see that is in a form of a range. You can see price is in a form of a massive range. Price already broke out of this range with a very strong sell candle. Price is now mitigating back into that range at a very, very strong order block. So I'm just trying to rush this up. So maybe sometimes ago again, we'll check out on what we are on to make sure it is very well clear for everybody. So price is in a range. Let me come again. This is a range followed by a very strong initiation to the downside, a very strong sell count to the downside. Price found an order block at this level which caused this rejection at this level. Price came back, retested into the level, the area of that range. That is why we are having like a left, a head and shoulder pattern. So I love this pattern. So right now I can tell you that this AUD USD at this point is going to drop. So we need one thing as a trader to be patient. Okay, whenever you see your trade setup come to play, be try to be patient. Okay, try to be patient. So one thing I will advise us to do, you put your stop loss above that range, above that supply level, because we are going to be risking very very little to make high returns. Okay, so this is the where you put your stop loss level above, then you put your take profit point to the next level, to the next low. Okay, I can see this was the next low price created. This is the next low price created here. So after we achieve this, so you still look for that same pattern, the range, initiation and continuation. Range, initiation, mitigation and continuation pattern again to drive this sell to the downside, because based on what I'm seeing from the higher time frame perspective, this sell that we predicted from the 4 hours time frame is going to drop massively, like I'm saying massively. So we need to know how to manage trades. Okay, only if you are the type of person that hold trade long time, if you are a day trader or a swing trader or intraday trader, you know how to manage your trade. And if you want us to give you a bit more mentorship on what we are teaching, you just type it in the comment section and we will reach out to you as soon as possible to complete your mentorship or to take you through the mentorship. So without wasting any much of your time, guys, this is what we are looking out for on AUD USD this week. We are looking out for AUD USD to drop. Actually, I'm on this trade already, and I've sent this trade to my group. Those on my group we already have this signal. We are currently on this trade, and this trade is really moving massively. And I think because there is no news at hand, that is why the SPI is going. So you have if you have news events, please stay out of the trade. Don't trade at news events. Okay, we can have what they call fake outs, impulsive moves. So today I think we are at the news release. There's no much of news today, so this is going to say be a very good clean trade. So let's try to keep up. Let's be patient. Okay, whenever we make analysis like this, try your possible best to rewatch this video, calm down, put yourself to rest. Don't be too anxious of making profit. Don't be looking for, there's no golden, there's no 100% accurate strategy out there anymore. It is the one you focus on, the one you sit back, retest, try to improve yourself on it, and by the grace of God you are going to be advancing and see yourself doing massive returns in the forex market. Okay guys, without wasting any more of our time, this is what you are looking out for on AUD USD this week. Okay, so if by any chance I will be coming up here to, give you guys an update on what we have. Okay, so let's now move on to AUD. So guys, let me show you something. I want to let you guys know something. Now that you see that I spent a lot of time analyzing AUD over 20 minutes plus. When I come down to looking at AUD, it is what a major currency. Please listen to this very, very carefully. AUD is a major currency pair. Okay, so now look at AUD as a senior brother who has junior brothers. Okay, as a firstborn who has junior brothers behind him. So whatever this senior brother um brings as a suggestion to the junior brothers, that is what the junior brothers will follow. Okay, if the senior brother says we are going to for shopping today, the junior brother does not have any power of or any priority over the junior brothers. Only if you have stubborn brothers that won't want to listen to what the senior brother is saying. So that is what I want to just look at that AUD as a major currency pair, and which you also know that we have minor currency pairs also. So let me just do something very very quickly. AUD card is a minor currency, and the reason why we'll be trading it because it is going to be in line with all the analysis we did. Just like putting, like adding more, making yourself more, giving yourself at least more opportunities in the market. Okay, try to understand what I'm saying. So guys, here we are on the AUD card. Okay, so I've done analysis on this AUD card before. So guys, we are expecting a drop also on AUD card based on the fact that we already did the analysis on AUD USD. Okay, while using the same perspective we have on AUD USD to trade AUD card, because we see AUD USD as a major currency pair, like I said earlier, and AUD card as a minor currency pair, which is also following the whatever its direction proposes to the other minor currency pairs. So we're also looking for a sell on AUD card. So approaching a sell position. So you can see I've done this analysis before. So looking for opportunity to sell also. You put your stop loss limit. I don't want to do any much talking on this. So you put your stop loss limit above this candle. You, if you have time, zoom in. Your stop loss should be nothing less than 0.8799. Your target point should be this next order block we have here, this next zone, which is 0.86995. 0.86995 will be your target. So this is what you are going to, I'm going to be personally holding this trade. Okay, I'm going to personally holding this trade. So we have what we call TP1, TP2, TP3. So this is our first take profit point at 0.87549. That's our first take profit point for this guy. Now last take profit point is 0.86995. Remember, your stop loss limit, the stop loss point shouldn't pass 0.88011. So, and lastly, let's move down to AUD CHF. So AUD CHF, the same thing we're looking out for. We're looking out for a sell. Okay, we're looking out for a sell. So I've done this analysis before. Just to brush up, you can put your stop loss limit, so stop loss level to be 0.57217, and your target will be 0.56750. Okay, this is just the level because your stop loss limit can be, and you can hold this trade. So we have target, as I said, TP1 is 0.56952, and the last take profit point is 0.56750. So guys, that is all we have for today, guys. That's all we have for this week. So if you can go through the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your loved ones, with those who you also feel that we need to learn from this value we are sharing. Okay, you can do that as fast as possible. And if you know you want to join our mentorship program, you can give us a comment on the comment section below. We will attend to you. As I said, we will attend to you and give you unnecessary information which you need to know and which you need to get about to join the platform. So guys, peace out. Have a very wonderful week, guys.